but don't tread on me. We'll rise above the dark with fire so free. Got a bone to pick and a world to save. We'll break these chains in the land of the brave. Tiff and the Punisher gonna make some noise. Spenny, Vinny, Herbert, Danielle, their choice. Kim and Gunner, a fearless crew. Together we'll fight straight through. Stand up tall, hearts made of steel. We'll turn the wheel and make them feel. No child left behind in this cruel game. Our love, our fight will bring the flame. In the night we march with justice in hand. No more tears, no fear, we'll make our stand. With every step we take, the dawn will show. Our voices together will light the glow. Through the darkest times we won't break down. With our heads held high we wear the crown. They'll hear our cry and know our name. The flame of hope will never wane. Stand up tall, hearts made of steel. We'll turn the wheel and make them feel. No child left behind in this cruel game. Our love, our fight will bring the flame.
The children in our country are being made to be the victim of a situation they are not involved, and then sent to a foster home where they again are reintroduced to trauma of being the odd ball. Our courts are contaminated with young, inexperienced caseworkers and polluted with bribes, high-priced bonuses for speedy adoption of terminated parents, and judges who don't practice law with the Constitution in their sights. This is a problem. George Washington never thought of children as pawn in the game of freedom and American values, and never had he wanted to sell them. They were from his maker, his creator. Our children are being run down for no other reason than the profits being made in some way. Somehow these government agencies make money hand over fist day in and day out. They have you go to classes that they are billing for, and there is no viable reason for you to attend. Yet when you hear an update, CPS tells you that you're further away from when you started. Reunification is your goal, not theirs. And after you go through 12+ months of grueling, painstaking classes and meetings, all while getting the slimmest amount of time to visit your child, and even worst, you are always supervised, never alone again with your child. It's awful. How do they feel, do you think?
Where's the outrage? Why is nobody standing up for these families being torn apart by CPS?
Please don't tell me you're going to put all your bets on this superhero. You grown-ups are supposed to be coming to his rescue. Stop ignoring this problem. There is nothing more I can say to any of you. Please fight CPS and help those who have lost so much they can help themselves.
In the United States, CPS makes upwards of $3 billion per day on trafficking and selling our children. The corruption may start with the caseworker, but goes through the judicial system, passing the governor through the Senate and into the White House. The entire system has a hand in the business known as CPS.
Our children are stolen every minute of a 24-hour day. They are being robbed of their innocence, their trust, their happiness. As parents, we are isolated and betrayed by a government we trust. States are balancing budgets on kids' lives. Only 12% of the kids taken will be reunified. Title IV funding is being riveted with fraud.
We need to stop CPS and abolish CPS.com is leading the way. Join us.
Here I am. Here I am. Welcome everybody to Shoot Fire Wednesday, Tuesday night. CPS Victims Hunting Justice. I'm your host, the CPS Punisher. The world is in front of my face. As usual, we have the chat right here where I take the world down from. It's going to be right here. The chat will be. Oh, geez. We're on TikTok. No cigarettes, no smoking, no nothing, please. So the chats will be right here. We got a lot of things to do tonight, a lot of places to cover, a lot of things to talk about. So what do you guys want to talk about? Also, if you got questions, comments, things like that, make sure that you post them up. Hello, Tammy. But let's get it on. Let's see what we got back here. We got Herbert. We got Benny. Herbert. Vincent.
Hello. Oh, we're small.
Hello. Here we are. Hello, little friends. Good, Herbert. How are you?
Good.
There we go.
What time is the Valentine's Day show going to be on?
7 o'clock, Herbert.
7
You
p.m.
excited for that day? Yes, sir. 7 p.m. Eastern time, Herbert.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you gonna?
I could do the math.
Are you? What are you preparing to say to President Trump, Herbert?
I'm going to bounce off of what other people are saying. One of the things that I have in mind is that they need to speak to law enforcement to get law enforcement to be a little empathetic when going to parents' house with CPS. And parents are not the criminals. They're not criminals. I mean, they're just protecting their loved ones, you know. And law enforcement should understand that and not intervene with CPS. Let them, in other words, be there in the event that there's a confrontation, but don't add on into it. Just let CPS and the parents talk, because it's CPS and the parents that's going back and forth to court. The officer is not going into court. He's not involved. So I think that should be something that should be done throughout the United States in all training, in all the states with law enforcement. They have to understand their position. They have to understand where they stand in regards to dealing with child protective services.
Do you feel like that's going to draw the wrong type of attention to CPS, or do you think will make the leave it alone concept be more realistic? Like if you said to them,
no, I think okay, this is all about the police right now. So it's to desensitize, shall I say sensitize, is to sensitize the police to the issues that are going on, and that can be done in a classroom setting, okay? And get them to understand when they do respond to calls dealing with CPS, that if CPS is with them, let the CPS personnel deal with the parents. And the
Right.
officer should just stand there with his mouth shut because he doesn't know what's really going on. He hasn't been to court. He doesn't know what the parents know, what CPS personnel know. His job is just there to keep the peace. And I've seen too many videos where police officers are opening their mouth, trying to convince the parents to come inside and blah blah blah, without a permit, and but trying to convince the parents, let us in anyway. We came so far, but we should be able to come in. What are you hiding? Why are you trying to hide something? You know, that's like, it's threatening to the parents, especially when you see a uniform and a gun and handcuffs standing there, and you've already may have been locked up before by the police. So it can be very threatening. And I think that training like that should take place to sensitize the police officers so that have more empathy towards what's going on.
I agree with that. More empathy is what we need. Absolutely. Their job there is to just be a safety role, right? Just stand back and watch what happens. Just make sure that nobody gets hurt, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, I agree with that 1,000%. Naylor, I also agree with you, buddy. Too bad the show can't get any of that USAID money. This show wouldn't be considered wasteful spending. I demand this show get some money from a government program like USAID. Thanks, Naylor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go Brit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Herbert, what would we do with some funding? What would we do if we got some funding, Herbert?
What would we do if we got the funding? I think we should go out and help parents who are like just two shakes of a lamb's tail from getting their kids back, and they need that extra boost with an attorney. So we could pay the attorney to be there and to help to cover for that parent or parents so they can get the children back.
I like that. Vinny,
Because
what
not
do you think? If we got money,
everybody
Vinny. No, go ahead, Herbert. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, because not everybody has money to hire the right attorneys. If all the
Right.
people who
No,
are
I like
involved with CPS had that kind of money, their children will be home.
Right. Yep, you're absolutely right. Let's see.
Now,
Vinny,
if
if
you
we got
said
some
to
money,
me,
what would you
what
do,
do I
bud?
think the money is? If you said to me, what do I think the money is? How much? I'm thinking about 40, 50,000.
All right. I'd like that 40, 50,000. Okay. We can do some
40,
damage with 40 or
like 40 to
50,000 probably.
50,000. 40 to 50,000 should get you a good attorney to get your child home.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I like that. I like that idea. Vinny, what would you do with the money if someone just dropped us a chunk of money? What would you say we should do with it?
I would say go after every single one of these pricks that have done us wrong and put them behind bars where they belong. And then donate the rest of it, pay off whatever we got to pay off,
Well,
and donate the rest of the money to a charity to help fight this, combat this. And designate the one that we trust the most to make sure that money is protected.
So, can I ask you a question, Vinny? So we take this money and work on putting those individuals that you're referring to behind bars. We paid an attorney to do that. Don't you think that money could be used differently than wasting our time putting them away? I mean, how many parents we could help around the United States with if we had a large sum of money?
Yeah, but we need to get all these cases handled first, is what I'm saying, Herbert. Because some of us are stuck to their damn house. We can't go out of state. You follow
Well,
me?
let's use you, Vinny. Okay, let's start off by giving you money to get you out of your situation. So you can travel to Kentucky, Oklahoma. You can go places. You can travel. You could do things. You could go out and advocate. You could talk to other parents. So we're going to give you money so you have enough money to travel and enough money for your hotel and set up speeches and talks to help other parents. I think that the money will be well spent on you that way than going after who you want to go after in Maine. You see, you're going to go after those people in Maine, but there are other people in Tennessee that want to go after people in Tennessee. So you can go around and preach to how you can get to those people. And you could do it with an attorney because you have enough money to have an attorney travel with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I was just thinking about that. What would we do? And Cornelia just said that. What will we do if someone just dropped us on some money, man? That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it be? Be pretty nifty.
Sorry, guys.
Now, Darren, let me ask you a question. Darren,
Yes, sir.
what
Yes, sir.
number? I said 40 to 50,000 for one attorney. What kind of numbers did you have in mind that it would be dropped in our laps?
Well, I mean, these people are kooky, you know, like we don't know what money means to them in some situations, and nor do we know on our own. Because the end of the day might be on their back of this guy with the is it the Justin Bieber hot tub? I don't remember.
No, I'll ask the question again. Okay. I said take 40 to 50,000 of the money and help a lot of people get the kids back. 40, 50,000. What sum of money did you have in mind that could be dropped in our laps? What sum of money did you have in mind? Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll give you an idea of what I'm thinking about. Vinny, I'll give you an idea of what I'm thinking about the sum of money.
Well, I'm
The sum
looking
of
at
money I'm
this right
talking
here.
about is like,
Hold on, Herbert. Hold on. What I'm looking at here is the sum of these lawyers, what these lawyers cost. I'm looking at the little computer here. So $75,000 looks like would be to take a top lawyer into an appeals case. 75 grand is what this says right here.
fine. So consider 75 grand. What is the amount of money would be dropped in our laps? What is that dollar figure you have in mind?
Oh gosh, I couldn't imagine any more than $5,000 get dropped in our laps, Herbert.
All right. I was thinking a little bigger than that. I was thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of 150 to 200 million dollars.
200 million.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I was thinking between 150 to 2 million. That's what I was thinking. That was going to be dropped in our laps. To which
Okay,
we could distribute that money.
Do you know what we could do with that amount?
Yeah, I'm telling you. We could distribute that money, have people write stories in their situations or whatever, and then we could decide who's going to get the 50 to 75 to $80,000 to get the kids back.
Yeah.
And of course, we got to give money to Vinny so he can put his people away. He can put his goons away. So we give money to Vinny so he puts his goons away, and now Vinny's fine. He's free. He could travel, go to Florida, go to Hawaii, and he put people behind bars. So Vinny will be happy. Then there's people who are very, very close to getting their kids back, and they just need that little extra money. You know, like you said, 50 to 75,000. So we give that to them, and they get the kids back. Then we set up a program to which we can help other people from around the United States. You know, with their situations. But we have to listen to all their stories.
I agree.
No, I was thinking millions. I think big. I'm thinking millions. I'm not thinking, thousands. I'm thinking more in the millions. That could be dropped in our lap.
Well, now, my friend. Bringing back Brenda tomorrow night, Wednesday at noon Eastern Time. Athena says, "Did you see what they took? Did you see what they're spending for CPS corruption on that site last night? Advocates for all of them. I did. She did. She did look it up. That's Republica Reform. Dot. Oh no, it was dot. Site. Let's see.
Actually, with that kind of money, we should hire an attorney that has affiliates or has license in all 50 states.
Yeah, we would have him
So
with us
therefore, we
all.
have an attorney. We have an attorney in our pocket. He'll be on
Yeah.
payroll. You see, he's on payroll. So then we can send people down to Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Georgia, Arkansas to help solve cases down there. We have one attorney that's going to go around to all the families to help solve cases.
What do you guys think we would do if they gave us a lump sum of money? If we got, what do you think we should do with that lump sum of money?
The lump sum of money, I'm thinking about between 150 to 200 million.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody needs to tell Tammy I'm not Chief Zulu.
Tammy, no Zulu today. Oh boy! So February 14th coming up, guys. We got the Valentine's Day with Trump. Be here for 7 o'clock. It's going to be exciting. Make sure you get your messages together. I think we're going to catch out of here a little bit early tonight, guys, because I would like to have a meeting with everybody, do an update of where we're at, what we're staying on. People check out the script and all this stuff. Athena says, "I'm with you, Herbert. I've had big plans to help DVSA family court corruption, homelessness. I've had big plans for years. Before my personal battle with family court corruption nonprofit. Very good. Very good.
Good. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just be wary of everything about you.
$2 million will be a drop in the bucket, Chris, when we're dealing with 200,000 million. So 2 million is reasonable for handling some of the heavy cases.
Right. What are you thinking, Benny?
Um,
Why is my camera so off?
Yeah, I'm kind of lost because I'm trying to find this thing that I found earlier, and I got to get it to Richard because he said it might help my case even more. So.
Oh, well, you know what's right now is a good time for? Shots from TikTok.
Yeah, there we go.
Let's do some shots from TikTok. You ready for shots from TikTok, Herbert?
Let's do shots from TikTok.
Oh, opens right up with Sam. Very good. All right, everybody, let's do some TikTok updates.
For decades and decades and decades, the number of parents who have had their parental rights terminated by CPS. That number increasingly grows. When I walked out of the courtroom after my termination of parental rights, for a few...
Oh, shoot, fire. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to do this here. Oh, come on, man. Sorry about that, guys.
You see this woman in the background? Yeah. This woman, her name's Letitia Burrell. And she was the supervisor involved in the case that ultimately led to the removal of my children based on false allegations. It was her subordinate, Elaine Mata, that made the false allegation against my family after having a meeting with her. And she's been arrested for driving while intoxicated. This woman is the face of the Texas CPS system, a supervisor official sworn to protect children, endangering the lives of children by driving drunk. Make it make sense. And Brandon Belt, Coryell County prosecutor, this is your credible witness. I've had so many conversations with this woman, Letitia, where she's accusing me of doing something to my children, and yet she's out there endangering the lives of other people's children. Nothing's really changed. And Judge Mabray, this is who you believe, her and her subordinates, over every parent in your courtroom. You see this woman in the background? Yeah. This woman, her name's Letitia Burrell. And she was the supervisor involved in the case that ultimately led to the removal of my children based on false allegations. It was her subordinate, Elaine Mata, that made the false allegation against my family after having a meeting with her. And she's been arrested for driving while intoxicated. This woman is the face of the Texas CPS system, a supervisor official sworn to protect children, endangering the lives of children by driving drunk. Make it make sense. And Brandon Belt, Coryell County prosecutor, this is your credible witness. I've had so many conversations with this woman, Letitia, where she's accusing me of doing something to my children, and yet she's out there endangering the lives of other people's children. Nothing's really changed. And Judge Mabray, this is who you believe, her and her subordinates, over every parent in your courtroom. You see this woman in the background?
Here she is.
Towards the end of a parent's case plan in the CPS dependency courtroom, the parent is often served with a petition for termination of parental rights. As the parent appears in court for their trial, it is heard by one person. The fate of this family is dependent on one person. The ruling of what happens to this parent-child relationship, bond, this child's future, all rests in the hands of one person. A judge, but not even. Usually it's a magistrate. The termination of a parent's parental rights is referred to as the death penalty. It is compared to equal that of the death penalty. I strongly feel that a termination of parental rights trial should be heard in front of a jury of one's peers. A TPR should be a trial by jury.
Stuff, Sam.
The Seventh Amendment of our Constitution guarantees a person in a civil case a trial by jury. A CPS dependency court case is a civil case. It is not a criminal case. It's a civil case. Out of the 50 states that make up our country, only one state allows for a trial by jury for civil cases, family court, and also including dependency court, and that is the state of... I'm from Florida, and I strongly feel that Florida needs to be one of the states that allows for a jury trial for a parent's termination of parental...
And we lost Darren.
No, I'm right here.
No, I think Darren's working with the cursor tab or the mouse. He's looking for something.
I'm right here, guys. Here we go.
Sorry, guys. I just been, I had a hour-long
The
conversation.
Constitution, it identifies two different types of law jurisdiction. It identifies common law jurisdiction and it identifies admiralty jurisdiction. Now, admiralty jurisdiction deals with contracts. It deals with contract law. That's all it is, just contract law. Now, a little history behind our country, a little history behind the whole admiralty jurisdiction thing. And some of you guys are gonna learn a little bit about some word etymology here, but going back to the founding of our country, right? 1628 and the stamp tax. Okay, so we had the stamp tax, which led to the Boston Tea Party. If you guys aren't aware of it, it was extremely unpopular amongst colonists. They hated it, right? They hated it because it was taxation without representation. We didn't have the ability to say, oh no, we don't want this tax, because we weren't represented in the parliament. And so as a result, we were being taxed without our ability to be able to say, no, we don't want to be taxed. It was taxation without representation. And so what happened in 1628 was that the stamp tax came through and nobody would find anybody guilty of it. So people kept getting...
You believe in open borders, don't you?
I believe in the rule of law, sir.
All right, let's get to what you all want to talk about. All right, ladies, you're 0-2 against this guy. 0-2. All right, but you learn more from your losses than your wins. So, let's get into the game tape. All right, ladies, enough with the pantsuit. Okay, it's not working. Stop trying to have respect for yourselves. You don't win the office. Like on policy, you gotta whore it up a little. I'm not saying go full Hooters, but find the happy medium between apples.
What the frig is going on here, man?
Hey, Darren. I'd like to hear what Vinny has to say. I'd like to hear what Vinny has to say about his situation. Okay. He was just going to speak. All right, Vinny, speak up.
I'm good. I've just been trying to work on getting some information for him. He said that I found a case law that he recognized, but I got to get it sent to him because I lost it when I went back to give him some other case law. But he thinks that I am, in fact, right about the subject jurisdiction matter. Can we, in fact, try to do that? Yes, that is a possibility. Does he feel that we consent to this TPR? Not at all. So we're not consenting to the TPR at all. And I found some valuable information, and he was quite curious, and he said, you really do got something here. So, I'm trying to get that done. So, it has the jurisdiction law where it states that you have to lay your head more than 6 months at a time to be a resident of that town. So I'm trying to find everything that I need to put together for him so we can tackle it all at once.
So you said you're trying to do something so you could be all at once. What do you mean by that? Putting your CPS and your criminal case together?
No, we're essentially working on trying to eliminate the CPS case.
Okay. So he feels you'll be able to eliminate the CPS case?
He thinks we have a good chance, is what he said.
Okay. Did he say what his game plan is? I mean, you don't have to tell us, but did he say to you he has a game plan?
He's trying to get stuff in order right now, basically. That's why he's got me looking for this specific case law that I found. Oh, we lost Herbert. And I just found it. I mean, completely lost Herbert. I don't know what happened. Mr. Herbert went poofy, everybody. There he is. But I think that we were going to end the show early to do our meeting. Is that right, Darren?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that because I feel like this is we're going a little weird tonight. So
yeah. No, it was a little weird because I was doing that search and shit. Darren, if you know any great case law that backs everything that we've kind of talked about with the jurisdiction, with the coercion, the manipulation, stuff like that. If you can find that stuff, or even if Naylor can find that stuff, maybe the both of you can help me with that. Because essentially he already knows that I got a lawsuit that I'm looking at. So,
Mike, before I get, hey, Vinny, before you go to the last words, I lost my signal for a second. I was asking you a question. Why does he have you looking for the case law? Why can't he find the case law?
Because
he should be well versed in that.
I brought it up, and we both forgot because we just covered so much stuff tonight in an hour, like a lot of stuff.
And then you brought it up, so he says, "Okay, Vinny, then go look for it." Is that what happened?
Yep.
Oh, now I have a better understanding what happened now. Now I have a better understanding. I just feel, my opinion is, as I listen to you guys, your attorneys are either super jerking you guys around or doesn't want to tell you the truth about your situation and then take your money. You know? And every situation, I believe, can be handled, can be corrected, can be turned around.
But I don't pay for him, Herbert. He's a public defender that has actually been, and I'm gonna call this out how I see it, because this man has fought for me since the day he took on my case, and has not given up on me. Likes the information that I help provide to him. Is very much so in contact with me as much as possible. Is willing to go that extra mile. That to me is an attorney that is willing to bust his ass for someone, and that is not an attorney that I would ever even think about going and putting a complaint on, because he has served me very zealously.
Yes. And if I was an appointed attorney by the court myself, I will do everything I could possibly do to help you straighten out your situation, because once I get out into the world and making money, I can always use your case as an example. That's what I would do as an attorney. I will work really hard to get you everything you need, everything you want, get your children back, get you out of your situation, the legal situation, and then on top of all of that, get you the hell out of Maine.
That will be the next goal. If I can get my kids back and get this all taken care of, I'm the fuck out of this state.
But that's what I would do for you if I was your attorney. That's what I'm saying. You're not paying me a dime. I don't get paid by you. Okay?
And I ain't
I'm
gonna,
doing it pro
I ain't gonna
bono.
tell anyone where I am.
Demonstrate, instigate and penetrate the values of our country and our God is what they desecrate. My fighters ain't no featherweight, pulling out the seams of the fabric that they fabricate. They feed us lies, manipulate, intimidate through fear and force, forcing us to sit and wait till we come together, congregate, and then we liberate. Praying that you give me strength to find some love amongst the hate. Marching on these streets of blood till I see the golden gates. Troubadour and troubled souls, one of God's servants. Blades out, cut the grass till we see the serpents.
One day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally see the truth. God, we need you now.
I know the truth is hard to swallow, just digest it. Suspected something's going on, but chose to just neglect it. Deflected by some breaking news, oh, we just accept it. Expected just to fall in line and follow their perspective. Don't question their objective, but I got a lot of questions. How these kids molested, but nobody's been arrested. Read it in the testament, these children are protected. So I'm fighting all these terrorists, both foreign and domestic. Refuse to be directed, blind, not a sheep. Only kneel to my God, so I'm dying on my feet. Silence when we speak, but there's violence in the street. I've been rolling with the punches, I can't take it on the cheap. Drink from a glass half full, I'm optimistic. People are sadistic, so vicious and malicious. Praying for assistance to overcome opposition, or I'm gonna start resisting and then I'll pray for forgiveness.
One day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone. I hope one day they finally see the truth. God, we need you now. 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 One day, one day, one day. One day I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with the devil way too long. I know it's fun, but get ready to pay your dues. Oh God, come back home. This crazy world is filled with liars and abusers. We need you now before we're too far gone.
How you feeling, hon? Good.